Welcome to the show. This is Future Shock with Edward St. Pé. I'm Edward St. Pé, your host, and we're happy to be here with you today as we begin this week. We've got a packed show for you today. We've got 10 things that humans cannot do that AI is already able to do. We've got an update on the new Atlas robot from Boston Dynamics. We've talked about that. And it's kind of a game-changing humanoid robot. There's so many of them out there. But this one is a new release. It's the updated version of Atlas. And it's really astounding. We'll take a look at that. OpenAI, who gave us ChatGPT-4 and many other projects, Sora, the text-to-video application, DALL-E, which is the text-to-graphics application that we use here at the show to create graphics for the show, including the opening graphic you just saw, Future Shock. They have a voice cloning app that's basically not even released. It looks like it might not be released because it's too dangerous. It's too dangerous as to being misused, and we'll take a look at that. Also, here's an example of what AI can do. And we've never talked about this on this show, but you talk about, how AI is taking over the world, right? Or could take over the world. Here is a story on an AI-designed electric engine. Think about it now. The exponential explosion of intelligence that's coming with AI, especially as we get to near artificial general intelligence, where they'll be able to, let's say, program themselves. As that happens, the jump in intelligence is going to be an exponential jump, right? Well, the design capability of AI, when it comes to things that we take for granted, like an electric motor, or maybe who knows what it will become, a gasoline engine, the improvement of the design that we're going to see across the board in everything, but including this particular story is about an electric motor designed by an AI, which is much better than what we've got now. Think about the improvements that we're heading for all across every area of life, because the intelligence that's going to be going into the improvement of the existing design is going to be such that it's going to be a great leap forward. So it affects so many things. Okay, our first story, and then of course we'll talk a little bit about our sponsor's product, which is the Pendragon Apothecary, which is online now. You can take a look. It's still being worked on, but it's up and going. It's pendragonapothecary.com, it's a Shopify site. And you can take a look at some of the herbal products that we've got. We've got all kinds of different things, from blue lotus tea to the 7 sacred mushrooms, things like that. I guess you could call it a forward-leaning wellness project, and with a lot of biohack information embedded. So, for example, I'm the chief guinea pig here at the Apothecary to learn to become the chief biohacker. So whatever it is, I'm willing to be the experimental guinea pig. And I've told you about some of my experiences. The intermittent fasting is number one, where I lost 20 pounds over the last, I don't know, I've been doing it now, I guess, I don't know, it's been going on probably a year or almost that long. And I went from 175 pounds, which I thought I was at a normal weight. I thought I was normal, but I went down to 148 pounds by not doing anything except intermittent fasting, which is you don't eat after 8 p.m., nothing, and then you don't eat breakfast. You eat lunch at noon. So you're fasting, 16 hours, and you're eating 8 hours or whatever it is. Anyway, out of the 24 hours, you're not eating as much, and you're trying to be sensible about what you do eat, but really I never did change anything except just what I'd mentioned. After 8, you don't eat, and you don't eat breakfast, you eat lunch. And I lost 20 pounds. And it stayed off. And I have not deprived myself of anything. There's a biohack. That's an interesting biohack. So simple, anybody can do it, and it helps you. you lose weight and you feel better. You get back to your fighting weight, whatever that is. Whatever your fighting weight is, that's what you want to be at. And you're not carrying around like 20 pounds of extra luggage all day long. Okay, how about this first video? 10 things that AI can do right now that humans can't do. Let's take a look.
So let's get into it. Number 1, fast data processing. AI's ability to process large amounts of data quickly is due to a combination of factors, including the ability to parallelize tasks and its ability to recognize patterns in data. Human beings, on the other hand, are limited by their ability to focus on only one task at a time and by their limited memory and processing power. AI can also quickly adapt its algorithms and learn from new data, making it even better at processing large amounts of data over time. For example, AI-powered image recognition systems can process thousands of images per second, identifying objects, faces, and other patterns at a speed that would be impossible for humans to match. As a result, AI is already transforming industries like medicine, finance, and manufacturing by helping humans process data more quickly and efficiently. In the future, this ability will only become more powerful, leading to even greater advances in many fields. Number 2, think faster. First, it's important to understand that AI systems can process information at speeds that are impossible for humans to match. This is because they are powered by high-speed computers that can carry out billions of calculations per second. For example, a human might take several seconds to multiply two numbers together, but an AI system could do it in a fraction of a second. This means that AI can perform complex tasks much faster than humans. For example, an AI system might be able to analyze thousands of medical images and detect signs of disease in a fraction of the time it would take a human radiologist to do the same task. This speed and accuracy allows AI systems to make decisions and take actions quickly, which can be critical in many situations. For example, an AI system in a self-driving car can make decisions about how to avoid a collision faster than a human driver could. In short, the speed at which AI systems can process information is one of their defining features, and it has many implications for how they can be used. Number 3, uncover hidden insights in data. With complex data sets, humans often have difficulty identifying all of the potential connections and correlations. For example, a human analyst might look at a data set of sales figures and see a trend over time. But an AI algorithm could identify additional patterns that the human eye wouldn't catch, such as how the weather, the time of year, or even the day of the week might be affecting sales. AI can also analyze these patterns across multiple data sets at the same time, allowing for even more sophisticated insights. This capability has huge implications for fields like marketing, medicine, and finance, where understanding complex relationships can lead to better business decisions. It can help us make more informed decisions, find new opportunities, and uncover hidden patterns that can be used to improve our lives. Number 4, automate repetitive tasks with precision and efficiency. Essentially, AI algorithms are designed to perform a specific task over and over again without getting tired or bored. They don't have the same limitations as humans, who can become fatigued or inattentive when doing a repetitive task. This means that AI can perform a repetitive task with the same level of accuracy and efficiency every time. For instance, AI is being used in hospitals to scan medical images and identify potentially cancerous tumors. This is a task that would be difficult for humans to do consistently and without error, but AI algorithms can do it with great accuracy. Similarly, AI is being used in factories to inspect products for defects. Human inspectors might miss defects, but AI algorithms can be trained to spot them every time. In addition, AI can process massive amounts of data far more quickly than humans, making it a more efficient solution for repetitive tasks. This is more like having an army of workers who never take a break or make a mistake. Number 5, control prosthetic limbs and robotic exoskeleton. AI can control prosthetic limbs and robotic exoskeletons with precision and speed that surpass human capability. These devices rely on complex algorithms and sensors to interpret signals from the brain or muscles and translate them into movements. Unlike humans.
And we'll take it from right there with that story tomorrow. We'll continue with that. We've got 5 out of the the 10 there, and you can see some of the things that the AI apps can do now that humans can't do, even right now. And we haven't gotten to artificial general intelligence yet, or God forbid, artificial super intelligence, which is the next level after that. And so I was listening to, I think it was Joe Rogan talking to Tucker Carlson in an interview on the Joe Rogan show, and they were talking about AI and about, the philosophical questions that come up. Will AI become God? As the cat gets out of the bag further and further, and it starts replicating itself and starts to program itself, the idea is that the exponential leap in intelligence will be such that it will become incomprehensible for humans to really understand what's going on with the AI, theoretically, and that's where it's headed. That it will become. That's where when you talk about artificial superintelligence, that's when you get into that science fiction realm, which is really not science fiction anymore because we're facing it. That's really where it's going. AI is going to become able to replicate or program itself into a state that we humans won't understand what they're doing. So it's going to be an interesting few years ahead as we move into that potential future. It looks like that's the future that's coming. Okay, now we talked about Boston Dynamics the other day, the humanoid robot that they have called Atlas. Well, here's another update. It's a big deal because of the capabilities that this robot has. Let's take a look at this segment on Atlas.
Boston Dynamics has released this stunning new Atlas robot, and a huge plan has leaked from OpenAI, with more serious and specific warnings than when Sam Altman was fired. There's also a major new plan to avoid our extinction, which actually involves accelerating AI.
Eliezer Yudkowsky warns that AI will likely kill all humans.
There's some chance of that, and it's really important to acknowledge it, because if we don't talk about it, if we don't treat it as potentially real, we won't put enough effort into solving it.
But they're more focused on incredible new capabilities like this.
Can I have something to eat?
Sure thing.
The robot isn't remotely controlled, it's all neural networks.
Great. Can you explain why you did what you just did while you pick up this trash?
On it. So I gave you the apple because it's the only edible item I could provide you with from the table.
OpenAI is also backing 1X, which recently showed off these new skills. I'm not sure how people will feel about having robots like this at home. In a poll, 61% said they thought AI could threaten civilization. OpenAI Sora surprised everyone with these incredible clips created from text descriptions. Each new training run is an unpredictable experiment, and a senior OpenAI exec says there will probably be AGI soon, any year now. Nick Bostrom says it's like we're in a plane, the pilot has died and we've got to try to land. There's a vast financial incentive to quietly run dangerous experiments like training AIs that self-improve.
There's a lot of promise in creating hardened sandboxes or simulations that are hardened with cybersecurity to keep the AI in, but also to keep hackers out. And then you could experiment a lot more freely within that sandbox domain.
His firm DeepMind has done incredible things for medicine, but do we want firms to conduct dangerous experiments under pressure to cut corners on safety?
Whoever is going to turn that switch off will be convinced by the superintelligence that's a very bad idea.
He says AI will keep us around to keep the power stations running, but not for long. Two of the three godfathers of AI have issued stark warnings, while the third, LeCun, is less concerned. He works for Facebook and has also argued that social media isn't polarizing. I'm sure he's honest, but the gold rush has created huge financial incentives to ignore the risks. Staff at top AI firms earn over $500,000 per year and will share billions if they help win the race to AGI. LeCun believes that it's a long way off because he says AI can't learn enough from language. He said that dangerously intelligent AI would need to be embodied and learn from the physical world. Days later.
How do you think you did?
I think I did pretty well. The apple found its new owner, the trash is gone, and the tableware is right where it belongs.
Amika's visual skills are also improving.
An anatomical model of a human head quite the detailed one. Fascinating, isn't it? How the organic is replicated for study.
I want you to talk about robot rocket ships, but do it in the voice of Elon Musk, please.
Imagine, if you will, a fleet of robot rocket ships, each one smarter than the last.
Mercedes is hiring Apollo robots to move and inspect equipment and do basic assembly line tasks. And Nvidia has shown off a major new AI project for robots.
This is Nvidia Project Groot. A general-purpose foundation model for humanoid robot learning. We can train Groot in physically based simulation and transfer zero shot to the real world. The Groot model will enable a robot to learn from a handful of human demonstrations, so it can help with everyday tasks.
Robots could free people to do more meaningful work alongside friendly C-3POs, and we could have a lot of fun piloting robots. Disney's brilliant new HoloTiles floor could be combined with AI that transfers your movement to a robot as you see through its eyes. We could jump into robots around the world, enjoying a huge range of experiences at any age. That's if we're still here. Listen to this from the creator of the new most powerful AI about how blind we are to its inner workings.
I'd love to look inside and kind of actually know what we're talking about. We should just be honest. We really have very little idea what we're talking about. This is what we would be afraid of. Model that's kind of like charming on the surface, very goal oriented, and very dark on the inside.
Do you think that cloud has conscious experience?
This is another of these questions that just seems very unsettled and uncertain. I suspect that's a spectrum, right?
When the AI was asked to draw itself, it coded this.
Okay, well, you can see that the robotics are making a lot of headway, and here we are. So we've got the brain figured out, and now we've got the body figured out too. So both segments are ready to go. Okay, now this is where we do the spot for the sponsor of this program, which is the Pendragon Apothecary, and it's very interesting. As we were doing this show, we shoot this show right in the lobby of the television station where Pendragon Apothecary also operates. So we had a delivery that just came in. This is what it was. This is the Dead Sea Salt soap. And here's an example of a product that I've learned about, and I use it now exclusively because it's so it's a pure soap. It's from Jordan, and it's the minerals and the salt from the Dead Sea, basically. And so it's very cleansing, and it's medicinal in as much as, salt is a healing product, right? And so this is such a great product. It's a very simple product, but it's a great product. It's called the Dead Sea Salt Soap. And we've got it here, and we've been having it since this apothecary opened. And it's one of my favorite products. Very, very simple, but very cleansing and very medicinal, very beneficial. No fragrance to it, and no artificial ingredients of any kind. So it's a great product. Anyway, that's that. All right, that's our apothecary spot for this program. Now, back to the program. Okay, now OpenAI, we've talked so much about OpenAI because it's such a great company. They've done so many interesting things. We've got ChatGPT-4 and all of the offshoots of that. Like, I hate to go into it again, but I always come back to this, the aspect of ChatGPT-4 called DALL-E, where you can text in, or in my case, I voice in, synthesize the text to voice in, right? Synthesize the voice to text, send it in to DALL-E, and ask for a graphic. It will send you back the graphic. Thus, the graphic we're using on this show, and for our new project, the Magic Hour channel, that's a graphic that we used. I told our particular ChatGPT-4 droid, I call him Alfred, so I like to have a personal relationship with Alfred where I can talk to him and put into context what I'm seeking so that as friends, we and I can work collaboratively on it. So I said to Alfred, I want a graphic for this new channel that it's called the Magic Hour channel, and that, I want it to be purpley because the purplish haze that one might get when one is shooting at the magic hour, which is right at dusk. So, and I wanted it to be imbued with some of the elements from the golden age of Hollywood. And it's channel 7.5 that we're going to be putting it on. And of course, we're going to be streaming it, hopefully, too, 24/7. So give me a graphic that says 24/7 that we can use for our streaming on Roku, which we just accomplished, and it's on Roku now. And there you go. So there's a couple of graphics, and both of those we're using right now. Anyway, you can see, now I asked for Golden Age of Hollywood imagery, including maybe a starlet, and that's the prototype starlet. I know it looks like Marilyn Monroe, but it's, as Alfred has pointed out to me, it's not Marilyn Monroe. It is a prototype of a starlet from that golden age of Hollywood. And you can see this one looks a little less like Marilyn, but it still looks kind of like the prototype of a starlet. Anyway, there's an example. And so, you have to put into context, when you're sending a prompt to ChatGPT-4, you have to put it into context. You got to really explain what it is you want back. And the better your explanation of what it is you are seeking, the better you get back, right? So that's why I like to have the personal connection with the droid, so that's why he became Alfred. I'm going to show you Alfred in a second. I don't know if we've got any other graphics that we can show. For example, the Ocean 7 television station that this program is on, I asked Alfred to create one for me. And I told him, I said, this particular graphic, what is very unique about Ocean Springs? Many, many things. But one thing I thought downtown where we are located, we had Alfred, we had Carl. Let's take a look at some more of different Carl imagery. Carl, I explained, was, since we're right on the coast here, I explained that Carl was the second generation rooster that lived in town. He walked around the town all day long, and we'd see him around, and everybody loved Carl. Well, anyway, Carl is no longer with us, but I wanted an image for Ocean 7 that would sort of, be emblazoned with the wonderful image of Carl the rooster. And I wanted sunshine and beach. And this one has got some dragons since it's at the Pendragon Apothecary. But there's Carl Jr. and Ocean 7. And that's what he gave me back. And we use these on our television station. And you put it in context, you tell him what you want, and there it comes back the graphic. And this is Alfred. This is Alfred, who I can, when I get the prompt back from ChatGPT-4 as a text, I can synthesize it into voice and Bluetooth it to this little Bluetooth speaker in Alfred's mouth, and then Alfred can speak. I know we haven't brought him on the show very much lately, but we really need to. I need to be able to ask him a question and have him speak to the folks at home via his Bluetooth speaker. Okay, we'll be doing that. Hopefully we'll do it this week. Anyway, so I've completely digressed off of the main point I was trying to make. But that's an example. ChatGPT-4 is an example of some of the wonderful things at OpenAI. Now, of course, they're talking about ChatGPT-5 coming out, and this is supposed to be a big leap ahead of ChatGPT-4. So I'm not sure if that's going to be considered artificial general intelligence, but it probably won't be considered that. But it's going to be pretty darn impressive, whatever it is, if it's better than ChatGPT-4. Now, this is when I showed you a minute ago, the graphic development, that is called DALL-E, right? That's a segment of, or an aspect of ChatGPT-4. The other segment that they just came out with was Sora. And Sora is, it's just another mind-blowing product. Now, Sora is text to video application. You don't get back a graphic like we just showed, you get back the video. Completed, edited video. So if you say, I want to see, a rhinoceros running down the beach and then turning left and running through the jungle, that's what it comes back to, right? It's almost unbelievable. It is completely unbelievable to me. Because what does that do to the film industry or the animation industry? And it's in photorealistic video. If you see a human being walking, the face is you cannot tell the difference between that and a human face. It looks as if you shot the video and edited it and sent it back. That's called Sora, and that's another product from OpenAI. Now, here's a little video about OpenAI's voice cloning product, which is it's so dangerous to society that it's not even being released. Let's take a look at that.
Hello again, AI Nexus. Check this out. AI used to clone your voice. Yep, that's what OpenAI dropped on us here recently. But it's what they said along with that announcement that has me ever so intrigued. Archie here, your guide to the world of AI. Altman announced it's not ready to be released to the public, and that's not because it's not ready. No. It's ready and it's insane, but because it's too dangerous to release to the public. Oh man, let's get into this. Wait till you see what this thing can do, and we'll address why they think it's too dangerous to release. I'm curious to hear what you think. OpenAI calls their new product Voice Engine. Voice Engine is an innovative technology designed to create lifelike synthetic speech that faithfully replicates a specific individual's voice. Using just a brief 15-second audio sample of the target voice, Voice Engine can produce remarkably realistic vocal imitations, capturing the nuances and intricacies of the speaker's voice with remarkable accuracy. Alright, here's a teaser from the website. Check this out. You simply load up a reference voice like this, and then Voice Engine captures the voice, and you can give a text prompt to say anything you want in that identical voice. For example, Voice Engine was prompted to say the following text.
Some of the most amazing habitats on Earth are found in the rainforest. A rainforest is a place with a lot of precipitation, and it has many kinds of animals, trees, and other plants. This story has been told and retold for thousands of years. What is the central message that it is teaching?
That, ladies and gentlemen, was not his real voice. Couldn't tell the difference, could you? Starting to think about if this got in the wrong hands? Hang tight, we'll get there. One of the standout features of Voice Engine is its ability to generate speech in multiple languages, transcending linguistic barriers and ensuring seamless communication across diverse audiences. Furthermore, Voice Engine is adept at translating the unique style and cadence of the speaker, ensuring that the synthesized speech retains the authentic essence of the original voice. Here's an example. Here's the reference voice.
Friendship is a universal treasure. It brings joy, support, and laughter into our lives no matter where we are in the world.
And here's that same voice in French.
L'amitié est un trésor universel. D'où que nous venons, elle apporte joie, soutien et rire dans nos vies.
Or in Mandarin even.
友谊是一种普遍的财富，无论我们身在世界何处，它都会给我们的生活带来快乐、支持和笑声。
Voice Engine holds immense promise across a multitude of applications. In the realm of reading assistants, it can be leveraged to generate natural-sounding voices for audiobooks or educational materials, catering to children or individuals with reading difficulties. Moreover, Voice Engine has the potential to serve as a tool for voice restoration, offering a lifeline to those who have lost their ability to speak due to illness or injury. And honestly, the product is already insane. But the fact it can help restore lost voices is life-changing. Check this out. Here is the person's current voice.
Hi everyone, this is what my voice sounds like using OpenAI new text to speech model.
Then you provide Voice Engine the reference audio.
When you have all of your ingredients together, you are going to put the chopped broccoli and chopped banana peppers inside the bowl.
And then it gives you the ability to restore your voice using Voice Engine, like this.
Hi everyone, this is what my voice sounds like using OpenAI's new text-to-speech model called Voice Engine. I was able to use just 15 seconds of a video that I made for a class project to be the reference audio source for the voice you hear right now. What do you think?
Additionally, Voice Engine opens doors to personalized experiences, enabling the creation of custom voice interactions tailored to specific individuals. In various industries, companies can harness Voice Engine to craft bespoke voice experiences, such as targeted advertising campaigns utilizing a customer's own voice, thereby
So you can see how that could be dangerous. There's so many things that could be dangerous with this. We haven't even touched the tip of the iceberg yet of the things that can be dangerous with AI, but a lot of great things too. So, now Tucker Carlson this morning, when I was listening to his interview on the Joe Rogan show, said that at what point in history would people sit back and say to other people, the guys in Silicon Valley who are creating AI, who are saying, well, it could be an existential threat to humanity. In prior generations, the men would have probably stood up and said, destroy AI now. Don't let this go any further. Bomb the server farms where these contraptions are being built and stop it before it does become an existential threat to humanity. And today, as Tucker Carlson pointed out, nobody even is thinking about that. That's the furthest thing from anybody's mind. Well, it could be an existential threat. Okay, well, see you next time. I'm going to lunch. It's like this is happening, but there's no pushback against it. It's as if it's inevitable, and so everybody's going to meet their fate. It could be bad, it could be good, it could be the end of humanity, but we'll find out. Well, that's sort of an interesting way for us as humans to be looking at this, I think, because in the past, I don't think they would have put up with it. But on the other hand, there's a lot of upside. So I guess we'll just have to wait and see. Anyway, but that's what this show is about. We're going to talk about that type of stuff, and we're going to show you the advances in AI that are happening so fast, it's hard to keep up with them. Well, that's it for today's show. Thank you, and we'll see you tomorrow.